We would like to greet you people in Singapore. You're an Economic Bus, the English talk show program that outlook the economic policy for your business. And we are still talking about Indonesia's natural resources management with Professor Endang Sukara. He's the Vice Chairman of LIPI. Well, Professor Endang, having understood and seeing the fact that actually we are abundant and blessed with such a great natural resources, we must have been a rich country then, but why it seems like we are not able yet to optimize what we have?
The problem is that when we already exploit the oil, 1970 something like that, is depleted the oil, then we go exploitation of the forest, and the forest also depleted. In 1980s we have 121 million hectares of forest. No, maybe only 19 million forests remain. So the exploitation is actually no added value at all. So of course it's already bring some sort of funding for finance our development program from oil and also from the forest. But if we compare to the destruction of environment, I think it's will be different. Maybe our Indonesian development is actually like a kind of fata morgana. It's not really real,
Really?
because the destruction of the environment is so huge. It's scale is like a mondial scale. It cannot be recovered probably with the visa that we are having now. It's too much. So the problem is that we are not actually emphasis on the basic scientific knowledge on the resources, so to understand the value and then bring the economic value and then use it for the economic development, without distracting of all of those things,
Beside the environmental issue,
Yes.
what can we expect actually when we are talking about the added value? Has it always something to do with the social aspect, or?
Yeah, surely, because for Indonesia, with rich in the not only biological diversity, natural resources, but also rich in culture diversity. Every culture, in every island, they have local knowledge, local wisdom. If we combine local knowledge and wisdom, with the modern science, I think Indonesia will be something. Because in the world, we are having 3 blocks. One block is the country which do not have natural resources richness,
Yeah.
but the technology, and the management of science is there, then the country is powerful.
Yeah,
Including
can cover
like Singapore, and United States, Japan, for example, Korea, is coming up. Indonesia is not really bad, compared to African sub-Saharan country, for example. They do not have resources, but also the knowledge, is not really powerful as in the developed countries. Indonesia has a lot of resources, the richness in terms of biological resources and cultural diversity, but probably the management, and the science, based development program is not really the mainstream of Indonesian development program. That's why I think it's difficult to bring up the value and then open the opportunity for development of economy. For example, let's see, I give you an example. For example, we know that so many people in the world now has the problem with cholesterol, for example. We learned that the cholesterol can be tackled by, for example, the chemical substances from fungus, for example, the statin compound, or maybe yeast, because yeast, some of yeast can combine cholesterol in the body, so it's not going to increase the blood circulation. So statin compound is actually not dominated by US in the market. They call it Lipitor. Maybe everyone already consumed the Lipitor. The size of the market at the moment today, I think the market is around 15 or 16 billion US dollars.
Yeah, that's very significant.
That's very significant numbers. But abundance of resources that we have is actually neglected. We are not actually concerned the deal on the biological diversity. Another example, our LIPI experience, we work on sukun. It's the atrocarpus, it's the delicacy of many people in Indonesia, including in Maluku. From the leaf of the atrocarpus is content at least 4 new chemicals. One chemical is very powerful for cardiovascular disease, including for cardiovascular disease, because it can strengthen the epithelium on the blood vessels, so it's not going to be ruptured easily. I think this really something,
very rich in biodiversity. All we need is just getting more knowledge.
Getting more knowledge, yeah. So it's actually some people is actually differentiate between basic science and applied science. For me, basic science and applied science has to be in one continuum.
I see.
It has to be very basic, but has to be very applied.
On the same path, in a way.
In the same path, yeah.
Professor, and then it comes to my attraction then when we're talking about management. You are talking about involving also about the local wisdom and also the local culture. How can we combine it also with the modern technology? Then my next question will be, what will be the biggest constraint and when we try to keep it balanced? But would you mind holding on? We are going to conclude this one. We're on the discussion about Indonesia's natural resources management will be brought to you soon. Stay with us on Economic Plus.